Hello, history scholars. Mrs. Olson here. This video is designed to help you understand how to complete a source analysis. Now, a source analysis assignment will always consist of 6 questions. So, scrolling down really quickly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is at the bottom. These questions are designed to help you think about the source and how they teach us about history. So a source could be a written document, a photograph, a recording, a piece of art, maybe a form of architecture. In the first question, it will always ask what type of source is it. So if we were doing this one, this is one that History 331 will actually do about the Terracotta Army in China. What type of source is this? You would answer, because you always have to write with complete sentences. The Terracotta Army is a form of art. There are many, many figures within the Terracotta Army, but really it is an art form because they are made out of terracotta, a type of clay. They were molded and sculpted and created that way. All right. The second question, scrolling down, who created this source and when? The second question is about who made the source, and you can often find this in the preceding pages. So the example of preceding pages, if we go to the Terracotta Army, notice that, let me show you this, notice that this section is only 4 pages long, okay? This is what I mean by the preceding pages. They give you a good idea of what is happening surrounding the source. So it helps to put the source into context. So first and second pages, let's go to the third. This is where you will actually find the link for the primary source. Okay, and so you go into the gallery and you get to see different parts of the army, and it actually reads to you what that is. Okay. So I suggest highly that you always read the preceding pages because they set the stage for you. They put the source into context. So this is where you are going to find the answer to number 2 in the preceding pages. The third question, what was going on in the world, the country, the region, or the locality when it was created? These are options to help you answer the questions. Sometimes you can find this on the context pages in Apex, or you can use the information that we have been studying up until this point, or you can use what you have learned in other places. Maybe it's a book, maybe it's a movie, maybe it's a conversation that you had with someone, and you could tell me about the Terracotta Army that way. Okay. The fourth question, what prior knowledge do you have of this subject? First, let me say that it is okay if you don't know anything about the source. What I want you to do is to connect some kind of thread with the source. Maybe you have heard about the author. Now, this doesn't have an author, obviously, but maybe you have heard of this emperor, okay? Maybe you have heard about this area of the world. What could you already tell me about China? Maybe it has something to do with terracotta. What could you tell me about terracotta pots? Or what could you tell me about terracotta roof tiles? Maybe it could be something related to food, for example, or an activity that you've tried. Anything that you can relate to the source, I want to know how you do that. You could even connect a movie that you've seen to something in the source. Okay, so don't say, I don't know about this subject. Try to connect something that you already know with any part of the source. Okay, with the fifth question, bias means opinion or take or view on the subject. From what angle was the source created? Many of the sources that we look at can be considered reliable from the standpoint of it allowing for us a first-hand account from someone who lived in that time period. Okay, so what is the bias or what is the point of view of the source? And our last question, how does the source contribute to our understanding of history? For this question, you always want to be specific with how it helps us understand this part of history. Use part of the source to support your answer. For example, if the source is a photograph, describe how the photo helps us to understand this era. So you might say something like, and it's going to be in red, the photograph helps us to understand the Great Depression. This is just an example because of the facial expressions of the children. Their sad faces show us how hungry they were in this migrant camp. Okay? This is giving us a specific detail from the photograph, and it is related to their life during the Great Depression. Okay? Now, if it's a written document, you might use a quote to support your explanation. All right, once again, these are just examples to help you understand how to answer the questions in a source analysis. Please let me know if you have questions. Talk to you guys later. Bye.